Pretend that you have 10 pieces of chocolate in front of you. Approximately one of those 10 pieces of chocolate could have been made from child labor. My article is about how the First Lady of Ivory Coast is trying to stop child labor, not only in chocolate, but slave labor in general. When Alassane Ouattara was elected president of Ivory Coast in 2010, he knew that one of his top priorities would be addressing his country's child labor image problem. So he chose his most high-profile and trusted advisor to lead the effort, his wife, Dominique Ouattara. Ivory Coast is the world's leading producer of cocoa, the raw ingredient in chocolate, and grows about 40% of the global supply. Cocoa has long been an important cash generator for the Ivorian economy, but it has brought the nation under international scrutiny as well. A decade and a half ago, media reports about child labor abuses and trafficking in the one time. French colony helped lead to a historic agreement called the Harkin-Engel Protocol, in which the chocolate industry pledged to end child labor in West Africa cocoa farming by 2005. Progress, however, was slow. In 2010, the chocolate industry committed to a new agreement to reduce child labor by 70% by 2020. When Ouattara took office in 2011, after a brief civil conflict due to his successor's unwillingness to concede defeat, he wasted little time taking practical steps. He organized a new council to manage the cocoa industry in his country, and he asked the First Lady to coordinate efforts between the Ivorian government and the chocolate companies to ensure that cocoa is grown more ethnically and sustainably. She has made eliminating child labor in chocolate her primary commitment as First Lady and earns praise from both non-profit watchdogs and chocolate companies for her leadership. But that doesn't mean that problems haven't vanished. In the results of the most recent U.S. Department of Labor-funded survey of child labor in West Africa conducted by Tulane University were released last summer, many were shocked that the number of children working in child labor had actually increased from 5 years earlier. Some 2.1 million children were estimated to be engaged in objectionable practices. This article was made March 1st, 2016. The people who were involved in this were the people of Ivory Coast and the people who regularly buy chocolate products. What is happening? The people of Ivory Coast are sending their children to go and farm cocoa so they can make some money. It is happening right now, probably as we speak. The children, ages 7 to 18, are being sent out to the farms to go collect some cocoa pods. It happens in Ivory Coast and other poor countries that are abundant in cocoa trees. And where we are because we are buying the chocolate. Why did it happen? It happens because of poverty. Poverty makes it so that families have to send their children out to work all day. How did it happen? It happened because poor families need the money. My opinion on this article is that child labor, or slave labor in general, is a very bad thing and must be stopped. Now my discussion question for you is, would you want child labor in chocolate to stop if it meant that chocolate prices would rise?